Hey y'all. So I am back to work with some more of the Hauntingly Gothic vintage photos and Belladonna papers and Nature's Mosaic papers. As I said, I would do some journaling cards on camera. So I cut these 3.5 by 5 inches because these images are a little bit large, so I wanted to make larger journaling cards. And then I also ended up with a couple of scrap pieces from cutting these cards like this. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make some either little tags, you could turn them into little tags, or small bookmarks. So I'll make a couple of those too. I don't know if I'll make them on camera or not, but that's what I'm planning to do with those scraps. So I have a piece of the Belladonna kit here, and this is the vintage photo that I'm gonna start with. And I started working on this and decided, no, you said you were gonna turn on the camera. So turn on the camera. So I just was getting rid of some white space. I remember I did print these onto cardstock. So for this one, I want to use this across the top, this lace and pearl piece. I'm just gonna glue the whole card down to this piece because it is a lot of text, which I like, which leaves room for adding other embellishments, words and phrases, different images to the card. You could add lace, pearls, trim, buttons, ribbon. There'll be a lot of space left on this card to do some extra things on. I'm just gonna cut this out. We have another little storm threatening tonight, but just keeps lightning around as I think it's gonna push north and miss us. This is what I have. I don't want to put a black frame around her. Let me ink her up and see how that goes. pops up enough. Because these are more vintagey. Yeah, I think I will. Let me get some plastic paper. Have some cardstock here covered in paper dust. Large black frame. But I think I do want a black frame. So I'll glue her onto this cardstock. Not to get glue everywhere. I did get my new light in, but I'm still trying to get used to it. It seemed like my last video was awfully bright. After I got it posted, it looked fine recording. This one looks fine recording. So we'll see. Do I want to eyeball this? Not really. My little cutter. Too much. Still like her. Still like her on this side. A little bit. Yeah, I like her on this side. think what I'm gonna do. So I'm just going to because I can't leave it alone. I'm gonna cut that off. Then I'm gonna fussy cut around this lace up here. Yup. And I'm also going to get my black soot, just stress sock side out, since I decided to go with such a darker look on this card. And we'll ink up the edges of this one with black. Well, that all completely changed, didn't it? This is how it goes. Especially when you're making journaling cards and you don't actually have a journal that they're going into at the moment. Okay, so there's that. So since we're in the mood for dark, let's do this little Gothic lady. So typical Jen, I fiddle and fiddle and fiddle with this until I finally decide to start gluing things down. I did decide to do a black frame around her as well. So I just treated her the same way as the other image. Inked around it with gathered twigs, framed it with the black paper, and then cut that down. And I realize I will have a gap on the top and bottom of this card when I get through gluing this background paper on. Come on, little roll again. Over here. Oh, I'll check that out. is actually so close of a match that I am going to glue that on and use it. Try to get rid of this white line. Okay. Oops. I want to use that across there. I don't. No. But I could cover this up down here with her where I connected it, and you won't actually see the line. Yep. I decided to fill this gap with some black paper, and then it dawned on me that somewhere in storage I have a ton of black feathers, and so I may get those out and add some feathers to these journaling cards. Right now she's done. I may end up fussy cutting these pearls out and adding them on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to, but I won't know until I get my feathers out. I'm just gonna keep this with her for now. Because yeah, I might end up adding, I probably will on this side. I might end up adding these on. So she's done for now. Thanks for watching, y'all.